steering joint. This is probably a more common item. The knuckles there, steering UJ there, and steering UJ the other end. What I've done is 4 bolts, pinch bolts, pinches up on a spline shaft. 1, 2, and 2 the other end. And basically what you do is just undo all 4. It's not a massive job. Obviously I'm doing it with the wing off and the inner wing off. I think if I was leaning over the top of the wings it'd be a bit more of a pig to get to, but here we go. Bit of that. Bit of leverage. There we go. Right. Okay. Now you can see why I undid all the shafts in a minute. Lever to lever that off, and down this bottom end here, if that's going to be a naughty boy to get off, just by levering it, which this one looks like it wants to be, then what you can do is, can you see the gap? Can you see the slot through there? What you do is get a chisel, just one that fits in the end of it, and give it a tap to open it up. Not a lot, unless you're changing the joint, because you don't want to split or crack anything. Pop that open. You probably could do it with a, I've got a fat screwdriver there. See if that's making any difference. Be a good boy, we're filming. Off you come. Okay, right, yeah, it's moving. It's just going to be awkward. So what I do is I tap that off so we can have a proper look at it, and I'll be back in a second. Right, okay, I've knocked that off, and all I did was I put a chisel on the end and chased it off the splines. It was a little bit stiff, that's all. Probably WD-40 would have helped, and the other thing that would have helped. Quick explanation. The reason I took all the bolts out is so that the shaft can come all the way through both sides, spline shaft, to make it short enough to pull off of this piece here. Have a look. To pull off of that end, and then you can get it out and you can chase it off the other end. So I'm going to do the same when I put it back together. Now I didn't realise it needed I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. I thought it was the steering box going notchy, but screwdriver back in the top to push the shaft down, and lovely, but nearly seized solid that way. So that needs a new one. I'm going to buy the whole shaft, I think, because they're not very dear, but you can just buy the joint. Quick explanation of this. There's a flat there, and that is for the bolt to slide across the top. So when you put it back on, make sure you put it across the bolt hole across the flat, so you get your bolt back in. But don't put your bolt back in until you've got it connected up, so you can shorten it, push it on either end. So that's a quick show you. That's on, that's pushed up. I won't bang it on the extension. Bang that in like that, and then come back down, and on this end, the steering column end, there's just a groove around the whole shaft, so it can go in any position. Your bolt can go through in any position. On this end, this part of the shaft, and the steering box, if you look through the hole there, you can see it. It's a flat on the box where it goes in, so you've got to line up. Yeah, it's not going to be very easy because number one, the shaft's all the way through, and number two, that is on the swivel part of it that's seized, so I'm not going to be able to bend it back up to get it on. But bolt hole over the flat, slide it on, loads of WD-40, bit of grease, whatever you want to use to slide that back on, that end. Is it going to go back on? Yeah, this is going to go back on. I don't want to mess about a bit too much because it's going to be changed. And then up this end as well, you can it's short enough that you can line it up. That's going to be a pig and upset me. Why? I don't know. But anyway, you can see what I'm doing. Tap that back on, and then you can line that back up, tap that back on, put your bolt back through this end because there's a lot less room for it to be slid in position this end, and then do your bolt up on the steering pump end, and then finally put your other two bolts back in the centre bit. Double check it all works freely, double check everything's up tight, and should be sweet, isn't it? That's going to make a massive difference to my steering now. I thought it was the box. There you go, just goes to show. Right, I'll get that bolted back on because I haven't got the new one here, and we'll move on to the next bit. Back in a sec.